If you follow the videos I write for this channel, always check the credits at the end, you'll quickly see how much I love 90s cinema.
I make this look good.
I can't help it. It's the decade where I spent my adolescence and watched a lot of movies that became formative touchstones for my overall love of film. One of those landmark movies was a gargantuan failure at the box office that I discovered on home video, as did most of its audience for reasons we'll explore. And this movie is concrete proof that box office money means less than nothing when it comes to how great or how terrible a movie is.
Oh, no.
I'm Drew Deitch for Giant Freakin' Robot, and it's time to make good on this company's name by looking at why the Iron Giant failed. The Iron Giant is considered by many critics and audiences to be one of the greatest animated films of the 90s. The sci-fi story has become recognized as an incredible achievement in both narrative and animation. But when the movie hit theaters in 1999, it tanked at the box office and became a financial failure for Warner Brothers. So how did the Iron Giant manage to be a huge flop and then rise from the ashes to become a beloved classic? The Iron Giant was positioned to be a big hit for Warner Brothers in the summer of 1999. The studio had spent $50 million to produce the directorial debut of Brad Bird, who would go on to direct The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. This was meant to be a prestige production that would rival the animated feature film king, Walt Disney Studios. However, things fell apart when it came time to market the movie. Warner Brothers was coming off an animated flop with Quest for Camelot and wasn't prepared to sink a huge amount of advertising money into another animated endeavor. They held off on giving the production team a release date until April, giving the Iron Giant less than 4 months to mount an entire marketing campaign. Because of this, the Iron Giant only had a single teaser poster made, and certain tie-ins like a Burger King toy deal and themed breakfast cereal never materialized.
Looks like a good time to check out Burger King.
The movie had such a limited marketing presence that audiences simply weren't aware that it was a movie that was coming out. This looked doubly embarrassing for Warner Brothers after test screenings came back with incredibly high marks. The failure of the Iron Giant at the box office is solely due to the mismanagement of its marketing. It's considered one of the worst marketing snafus in mainstream movie history. Because they skimped and stalled on the marketing, the film opened at the number 9 spot at the box office, behind some significant stinkers in their 3rd week of release.
But you should enjoy the movie anyway.
It didn't even manage to recoup half of its reported $50 million budget at the domestic box office, and international markets brought its final total to just under $32 million. But Warner Brothers learned their lesson, and they were not going to make the same mistake twice.
Situation is under control. There's no way we could screw this up.
When the Iron Giant was headed for home video, Warner Brothers decided to pull out all the stops and do everything they should have done with the theatrical marketing campaign. This helped raise awareness of the film in all markets, but it isn't what cemented the film as a classic. Even upon its release, critics overwhelmingly praised the Iron Giant. Roger Ebert, who gave the Iron Giant that coveted Spawn star rating,
"You've been violated, girly man,"
likened it to the works of Japanese master Hayao Miyazaki. And he is not exaggerating. The story, based on a book by Ted Hughes, takes a familiar boy and his dog structure and turns it into a science fiction tale about choice, societal paranoia, death, and war. It deals with deep and difficult subject matter, but it never tamps these themes down to a level where its intended audience,
thousands of revolting little children,
are being patronized. Even with these adult themes, the Iron Giant also relishes in being fun, goofy, and heartfelt.
Oh my god!
The lead performances by Eli Marienthal and Vin Diesel as Hogarth Hughes and the Giant are instantly endearing. In fact, the whole cast manages to find a perfect balance between cartoonish and sincere.
What you currently have in your mouth is art!
And as a pure piece of animation, The Iron Giant is a jaw-dropping experience. Brad Bird understands the impact that proper scale and scope can have with the animated image, and he never misses a chance to reassert just how massive the giant is. Maybe the animation element that doesn't get enough love in the movie is the background work. There is a pivotal scene in the forest where a deer is killed, and the warm autumn colors underscore the heartbreak of the scene. But the element that made The Iron Giant a classic is its heart. The story about how a robot designed to be a weapon chooses to be a deterrent to death is extremely powerful.
I am not a gun.
And his final sacrifice is one of the most tear-jerking moments in any film, animated or otherwise.
I love you.
If The Iron Giant had managed to have a conventional marketing campaign, it's likely it would have been a legitimate hit at the box office.
People just aren't ready for you.
Instead, it had to wait until its time on home video to find an audience. And as the years have gone on, more and more viewers have come to recognize The Iron Giant as a phenomenal all-timer film. Even Warner Brothers committed to a brand new cut of the film in 2016 on a special edition Blu-ray. The Iron Giant made a profound impression on the young viewers like me that got to see it almost 30 years ago. Thanks to that impression, it became championed as a mishandled masterpiece. Thankfully, Warner Brothers saw the error of their ways and have supported the film over the years. Maybe even in the wrong ways from time to time. It's this support from the studio and from fans that helped keep the movie in the pop culture conversation. If not for that, it would have fallen by the wayside. And now, The Iron Giant is looked upon as one of the essential pieces of American animation. If you'd like to hear more from me about The Iron Giant, check out the Genre Vision podcast episode where we made it go up against Terminator 2.
I don't know why you cry, but it's something I can never do.
Like the video and tell us in the comments about your own memories of seeing the movie, or if you're going to check it out for the very first time because of this video. That'd be kind of awesome. Subscribe to the channel to make sure we can keep making more videos here at Giant Freakin' Robot.
Miss Nolan, if we can transplant at least 15% of their brain matter into ours, we may be able to read minds. Darn, a perfectly good brain wasted. I think you've seen enough. How about a nightcap? Darn, I seem to have left my keys in the lab.